What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that it doesn't work. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys and you ladies being here and being part of the show. So, interesting take here. Interesting take. Since Jordan Davis was drafted by the Eagles, shout out to the Eagles for getting the guy that I really and truly wanted. Getting a big man in the middle. The Cowboys have tried everything. Well, not everything. They haven't tried really free agency. But they've tried, drafting cornerbacks up real high, and linebackers up real high, offensive linemen and stuff up high. The defensive tackles have been something that have been the redheaded stepchild for the Cowboys. They have not believed in drafting those guys at all, or certainly not high. And it was a pipe dream, like a crack pipe dream, I guess I should say, of thinking that the Cowboys would actually go ahead and try to get Jordan Davis, who could be a generational talent at nose tackle. I look at a lot of the great teams, the Super Bowl teams, they have something in common. They have a great tight end, and they have a great defensive front. And I look at our Cowboys defensive front, and I'm going to go into that later on when I'm down in the man cave, looking at some of the guys that are now on the bubble. Quentin Bohannon, for example, may be a guy who needs to worry and really step up his game if he's going to be able to have a place here, as well as some others, because we've got a lot of defensive ends and a lot of defensive tackles now that we got John Ridgeway, that you've started looking at and saying, some of these guys are going to be expendable because of the people we have. Tristan Hill, maybe another guy that's on the outside looking in. So, regardless of that, I'll talk about that later on. Like I said, I want to get down so I get the list in front of me and stuff. But since Jordan Davis has been drafted by the Eagles, I hope and pray that he's not going to be that thorn in my side for the next 10, 15 years with the Eagles. But the funny thing about the Eagles is this time of year, they're always so super excited about their draft picks. They go crazy. The Eagles have already basically said it's their division, that they're the best team in the division. Philly 500 is already basically saying they're going to be NFC East champs. And with the curse of the NFC, maybe that's a possibility. The Cowboys were the best team in the division. The Eagles were way down, second best in the division. And from there, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's Washington and then the Giants. And so the Eagles adding some firepower, getting A.J. Brown and stuff, they definitely have improved their stock. The big question will be, is Jalen Hurts. But there's an interesting thing about that. Jordan Davis, since he's been drafted by the Eagles, I have had more pictures from Philly 500 of Jordan Davis, where literally he is just like poking the bear here and just kind of saying, ha, 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 we got Jordan Davis. But here's an interesting thing. The Eagles are stealing from the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles are copying the Dallas Cowboys' homework. And the Eagles, they draft more so to try and hurt the Cowboys than to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? Remember tight end Dallas? We knew we were going to draft him. We needed a tight end. And they took him just before us and said, ha ha! Interesting thing here. Interesting thing. Of the draft picks that the Eagles had, only one of them wasn't a pre-Dallas Cowboys visit. Nakobe Dean. He's the only one that they drafted that wasn't a Dallas Cowboys, 30 visit. Now you could say maybe that's just a coincidence, because you could say, well, we all look at the same players. All the top players, you're going to say, they're going to be popular, so they would, of course, be looking at some of the same players that we would be looking at, of course. I mean, Jordan Davis probably had a visit with everybody because everybody is interested in him. So you can understand that. And the same thing with Cam Jurgens. Jurgens being a center, of course, the Cowboys have a need possibly at center. And you could say that, yeah, of course, and the Eagles, coincidence-wise, they're looking and saying Jason Kelce, this will be his last year, so why not get a center to replace? So those two do make sense. And, you could say that that's a coincidence. But here's where it gets to be interesting. Karen Johnson was a Dallas Cowboys 30 visit. You know who he wasn't a visit of? The Eagles. And you could say, well, they probably talked to him at the combine or something, or had a take. But their other draft pick, Grant Caltray, he was another Dallas Cowboys 30 visit, but not an Eagles one. Could it be that the Eagles and Howie Roseman have gotten smart and realized that every time they've gone through and they've drafted a wide receiver, be it Charlie Dakota Whiteside, second round pick, who's a bust, they're trying to make him into a tight end. The very next pick was DK Metcalf. The next year, of course, they got Regular. He likes to say regular. That's what Philly 500 likes to say. And he probably won't make the team. He'll get cut. Another bust for him. And then they got Devontae Smith this year. He was okay, but he wasn't the impact type of player like the Cowboys got out of CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons. So it would be a safe bet to say that Howie said, we're doing something wrong and the Cowboys seem to be doing something right. Maybe we should emulate them. Let's take a look at the guys that they went for in the 30 visits, because they seem to get more of them right than we do. And ended up taking guys that the Cowboys were interested in. And hoping that the Cowboys, of course, do what they do, find great talent. And in the same breath, let's take the Dallas Cowboys what they want. That's an interesting philosophy of keeping talent from your competition. I can see, that's a good philosophy. But the thing is, does that help you as a team taking what we need when you don't necessarily take care of your needs? Now, I'm not that deep into the Eagles and their needs, but I would say secondary is definitely one of their problems. I would say that quarterback is definitely one of their problems, and definitely could be the Achilles heel of the Eagles season. To me, their defensive line has been pretty strong, and maybe you could have waited on the center. Maybe you could have waited on the center till next year. But what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, and I'm headed to go get some carpet padding and get ready for stuff that I need to take down to the country this week when we go down working, and get back to the workshop, do some more work there, and see what's what and who's who. Today is the first day of phase two. Phase two. For the next 3 weeks, the Dallas Cowboys will be doing phase 2 workouts. And that is, they're actually able to do non-contact drills, one-on-one work and drills without contact on the field. So this is where you start really coaching up and start doing installs of what your plans are this year. And I'm hoping that this year, 12 personnel is one of those things that they really truly do. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope to see you guys later. Peace.